Country 92.9, number one for New Country. Brantley Gilbert and Bottoms Up. It's 9:32, and it's at about this time on Wednesdays. We have proudly presented Ask the Lawyer for many, many years now with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, answering questions largely submitted by you. If you've always been curious about something in the law, then we can give you a way to contact us in a little bit here that allows you to submit a question of your very own for next time. But for this morning, we'll find out whose question gets answered in just a moment. I need you to first help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Matt.
Hey.
Before we get started, I want to congratulate you on 30 years. You're fantastic.
I just can't believe it. It has flown by so fast. I think
it's amazing.
I think you probably know how it feels. The older you get, the faster time goes by, you know?
That's true, but you're truly amazing. You do a fantastic job. 30 years at radio stations. Lucky to have you.
Well, thank you very much, Bruce. From you, that means a lot. I sincerely appreciate that. I'm literally choking up on my words here because it just means so much. So humbling. Let's get into today. Before I end up tearing up, let's get into today's question. I have a listener with a problem here, and I'm sure you're going to be able to help. Are you ready?
I am ready, Todd.
All right. Here's what the email says today. My husband and I have been snowbirds from Ohio for over 10 years. Last week, my husband was riding his motorcycle in Daytona Beach for Biketoberfest when a driver ran a stop sign and hit him. My husband was taken to the hospital with severe injuries, which required emergency surgery. We are considering leaving Port Charlotte for Ohio while my husband recovers from his injuries. My brother-in-law wants to contact a lawyer friend in Ohio to handle our case, but I think we should hire a Florida attorney. Can an Ohio lawyer handle an accident case in Florida? We need some advice. At least, this is a slightly different perspective as we start this question, Bruce. At least they recognize that they need a legal professional to help them. The only question is, from which state? So what do you say about that?
Well, I think it would be a big, big mistake to hire an Ohio lawyer.
Okay.
First of all, the insurance company would know that he doesn't have any backup. And by that I mean, when we deal with an insurance company, they know that if they don't treat our client fairly, we're going to take him to trial and get a good verdict.
Mm-hmm.
An Ohio lawyer can't take him to trial, even if he's a member of the Florida bar.
Uh-huh.
It's unlikely that he's going to come down from Ohio and actually try a case.
Oh.
So it's a terrible idea, and there's many more reasons. Number one, we know the local adjusters. We know the local judges. We have a good relationship with all of those people. We know the sheriff and the highway patrol investigate accidents, and they cooperate with us on a daily basis in regard to how an accident happened. So it doesn't make any sense for someone from Florida who's been in a Florida accident to hire a lawyer from out of state.
Also, we don't know anything about, and I'm certainly not disparaging this particular lawyer's experience, but it would seem to me you would really want somebody who knows about motorcycle accidents to work on this case. I mean, like you being known as the biker's lawyer, for example.
Well, that's obvious, and I didn't really say that, but that's true. Representing motorcycles has a separate, area of law that you have to be familiar with, and we don't know anything about that person, but he certainly doesn't know the local biker community like we do.
Right. Now, about this gentleman recovering in Ohio, and if he needs to do that and it helps his recovery, I'd be all for that. Does that complicate you or somebody in Florida working on their case, or is everything kind of electronic these days?
Well, with the advent of Zoom, it's really not a big problem. Mm-hmm. It's obviously better to have, local treatment and local doctors. But if it means a big deal for them to go back to Ohio to recuperate, we can certainly deal with that.
Okay. That's what I really was concerned about, because long distance doesn't mean long distance anymore. It seems electronically documents can be signed. Like you said, Zoom meetings can be conducted, and the process can proceed fairly normally.
That is all true, but there's nothing like, an in-person meeting, going
Sure.
to the doctor's office, talking about the case.
Right.
You can't really replace that, but, if you have to, you could deal with it.
Awesome. That's very helpful, and I hope very encouraging for this person. I mean, just enjoying Biketoberfest, and they get into an accident. What a shame. But let's hope the recovery is going to be swift and complete. All right, Bruce, thank you so much for your time once again.
And congratulations again on 30 years.
Thank you. I just don't know what to make of it. It's, blowing my mind, and I appreciate you saying so more than almost anything.
Well, it's my pleasure, Todd. It's great working with you.
Great working with you, too, and I very much look forward to next Wednesday.
Okay, take care, Todd.
Take care. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. That is just... I don't converse with Bruce every single day. Once a week, yeah. Sometimes a little more frequently. Was not really aware that he was aware of the anniversary looming as it has been. So that's very touching. Told myself I wouldn't get choked up this morning, but I find myself doing it anyway. All right. The important thing is, if you would like to submit a question for future consideration, let me tell you how to go about that. Go to our website and put Bruce in the keyword search box. That'll take you right where you need to go. If you have a problem, like in today's question, I wouldn't go that route. I'd call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner and get some immediate advice. 941-743-7777. They'll take up your case and get running with it immediately. 941-743-7777. Tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.